Hey, my ladybug. Hey, my water bugs. It's your favorite love bug. And this one, I'm just coming to drop some love bombs, I guess. I don't know. We just venting, okay? So this is going to be about the time, like, basically the meeting of my brother, okay? So I made it clear to y'all that me and my mom end up moving in Gilmore. So when we had moved in Gilmore, I ended up going to Gilmore Elementary. And my mom used to take me to school and all this other stuff. Like I said, my mother always like let me go outside, socialize with people, have fun, stuff like that. So we used to have a good time all the time. Um, I had these friends. They was like we was all cool or whatever. It was the girl named Keita. She was the youngest out of like 6 or 7 of them or whatever. Um, and she was cool with a girl named, I must say her name is Keisha. And Keita and Keisha was real cool. Me and Keisha in the beginning did not get along. Okay, so we didn't get along. I just didn't understand why Keisha didn't like me, but I never like tried to figure it out. I just always remember like in the beginning, like she didn't like she just acted weird around me or whatever. She ain't like really talk stuff like that, and she had made it known to Keita that she didn't like me, but I didn't know why or none of that. But however, every time I went outside, it'd be me, Keita, and Keisha. I didn't care about Keisha not liking me. I was still going to have my fun. You feel me? So boom. We all used to have fun. Keisha had an aunt and a cousin that braided hair. They was the truth in the projects on the braiding hair tip. Okay, and my mother stayed with my hair done. Boom. So me and Keisha ended up getting into a fight one time. Me, Keisha, and Keita, we was outside. We ended up getting into a fight. I remember Keita, big sister, her second big sister, ended up seeing us out there fighting. She always was like a goofball. Like she for everything was so funny. And when she seen us fighting, like she let us fight and all that. But after a while she broke it up and she was laughing like, y'all little girls is going out, da da da. So she dropped Keisha off home and she took me, well, she told Keisha go home and she took me to my house and told my mother what happened, this, that, and the third. But all I can say was after that, me and Keisha had became like this. After that one fight, me and her became like this. Like it was to the point that with Keita ain't come outside, it was just me and Keisha. When, yeah, it was just me and Keisha all the time. It was times where we'd just chick come on, knock on my door. She had stopped knocking on Keita's door. She'd just come knock on my door. Or I just go knock on her door. We, getting each other, we going outside, we having fun. So boom. Oh my gosh. What I forgot this court name. Oh my gosh. Why it's not coming to me right now? It's not coming to me right now. But okay, so oh my gosh, it's over there near off of Mountain Pressburn. Oh my gosh, I forgot their court name before they knocked the buildings down. But okay. So me and Keisha, we used to have fun. We just used to go walk around the projects, having a ball, playing with all the keys to the projects, all this other stuff. Mind you, I wasn't supposed to be leaving the court. My mother was like, don't leave the court, this, that, and the third. But like, ain't nobody in the court. Who I'm gonna play with? It was only a little boy named Tyrone. He was the only person I could play with that was in the court. Like that wasn't gonna work because sometimes the Tyrone would just wander off and leave the court. Like ain't nobody really care to play with Tyrone, but everybody knew Tyrone. But if anything, they was just picking with Tyrone, like you know, and he would wander off. And I'll be like, stay in the court, this, that, the third, or whatever. But I'm like, I'm gonna have fun. So me and Keisha, we'll walk around the projects, we'll go have fun. I was during the time I was living in Pressbury Court, I think it was called. I was living on Mountain Press Man. I think the court I was living in was Pressbury or something. I forgot. It was right on Gilmore Street. Okay, that's all I remember. It was right on Gilmore Street, the corner of Gilmore and Pressman. Bam. That was the court I was living in. So bam, across from the rental office to be exact. All right, bam. So me and Keisha, we'll walk from right there and we'll walk all the way down. We ain't that far, but Mountain Pressburg. We'll go down there and have fun. Keisha had a cousin we're gonna call Keisha had a cousin named Marvin Gaye. And Marvin Gaye lived in the building down there on Mountain Prosper. So we'd go down there, have fun. Marvin Gaye had um, a sister or whatever, and we'd just go down there, have fun with them, this, that, and the third. Marvin Gaye had a best friend and that lived above him or whatever, and his best friend had a brother and they had a little sister. So we just all go have fun, this, that, and the third, like run around playing the projects, this, that, and the third. So Marvin Gaye's best friend, me and him had like some like a bond, like a connection that neither one of us could explain. Like, cause Marvin Gaye's best friend was just so quiet. I wasn't, but we just had like this bond that neither one of us could explain. It was like we was like magnets, like it we was like magnets, okay? So we would hang together and stuff like that. It was to the point like Marvin Gaye's best friend was not supposed to leave the court. This one time Marvin Gaye's best friend left the court. It was just like goddamn, who the girl name is? Keisha. Keisha ain't come outside one day. So being as though Keisha ain't come outside one day, I ain't want to hang with the girl named Keita. I didn't want to hang with Keita, so I walked down Mountain Pressburg and I went to go hang with Marvin Gaye's best friend or whatever. So, boom, knock on the door, get Marvin Gaye's best friend to come outside, this, that, and third. So, he come outside. I was never supposed to leave the court. He ain't supposed to leave the court. We down there, we having a ball. Boom, having fun. I realized, I've been gone for too long. I'm convinced Marvin Gaye's best friend, like, walk me back to my court real quick. So, when my mother, she about to go pick her head out that window. So when she go pick her head out that window, and right there, be like, all right, come on, we gotta hurry up because I gotta come back from when my mother pick her head out the window. So I'm like, all right, cool, come on. So we walked. He walked me down to walked to my house or whatever. We go to my house. We got right there in front of the goddamn, go in front of the office with the little green little thing at. So we both sit down on the little green thing or whatever. We playing, the other kids right there playing Spike or Rest His Soul. Him and them, they was out there, him and his friends and all that. They was all out there. He was out there having the ball. So we sit down on the green thing. As soon as we sit down on the green thing, my mother picked her head out the window. So me, I'm nervous because I don't know if she just seen me walk right here or did she just lift that up? Like I got nervous on. I remember having a bubble guts in my stomach and all that. I got bubble guts in my stomach and I'm like, Ma, this my friend right here. This my friend Twan. It's what I tell her. My mother looking out the window. She like, your friend? She like, girl, that ain't your friend. That's your brother. I'm like, what? She's like, that's not your friend. That's your brother. And shut the window. Made it clear, that's my father's son. That's my little brother. And she shut the window. And we were so baffled and confused, looking at each other like, what? My nigga, we leave. We go right back to his building. Man, we didn't even go outside. Stay outside. We went straight to his house. We went to his house. He like, Ma. He bring me in the house. He said, Ma, is this my sister? She like, yeah. That's your father's daughter. And we looking at each other like, what? What? Like, because all this time, I'm thinking I'm the only child on my father's side. I did not know I had a little brother. And it made sense because it was like, that's why we were so like a magnet, but didn't even know why. Because he was so quiet, but it was like we were just drawn to each other. So, once when we found out, I was so excited. I got a little brother. I'm telling everybody, I got a little brother. Yeah, Lord, that's my little brother. Don't play with my little brother. This, that, and third. Mind you, I made clear he was quiet, right? He was a little quiet little boy. He was quiet. I wasn't. So now when people will say something or call themselves trying to pick or whatever, his big brother ain't play about him either. He ain't play about him. Neither one of us play about him. There's been times me and him got into little arguments about him. Like, that's how, like, I was just excited just to say I got, like, this is my little brother. Like, I got somebody I can protect or, look after or, be around and grow with. Like, I was so excited because I was so used to just being me. And I was okay with that. But when you get to socializing with a lot of people and you look around, everybody got a sibling. Everybody have, somebody. And I just felt like I was just all alone. So just to have him, I was just so excited. Like, oh my gosh, he's right around the corner from me. Like this, that, and third. So once when we got that out the way, his mother started like she'll let me come stay the night over there. She never let him stay the night over my house. She was very overprotective. She didn't play, and I don't blame her. But she always would let me, come stay the night or whatever. And oh my gosh, we used to have the best time at like at her house, whatever. They had my brother and his brother and little sister. They had toys. Their mother provided them a good life. Like if they struggle, I could never tell. You get what I'm saying? Because it was good, they had everything, food. Most kids during that time when I was going in their house, I knew friends and kids that didn't have food in their refrigerator or didn't have clothes or shoes or not even soap in the bathroom. Like their mother always had candles and stuff lit first thing in the morning when the sunset coming up and she playing her music and all that. Oh my gosh, I got the music, baby. You the reason why I still listen. You're the reason why I still listen to that music to this day. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm talking about like you gave me that playlist. As a child, you never knew you gave me that playlist, but you gave me that service on them love songs, baby. You did that, and I thank you. But they said we see two singers today. Yeah, them songs you listen to was T. That's some real music right there. Yeah, I remember all that. I remember all that. It was beautiful music. Where her place was at, the way the sunset would come up in the morning. That was my first time in my life ever seeing something so beautiful like that. That sunset was being standing night at their house and seeing the sun coming up in the morning and it's coming up orange and purple and stuff like that. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. Like and just hearing her play that music and she be up making us breakfast and stuff. And after she make us breakfast, she like at that eat, she be like, all right, come on, Kev, you gotta go because I gotta go to work. And she had somebody coming to watch them and they only paid for them, not for you. You gotta go home with then see you later type stuff. You feel me? But it was always love. It was always love on both parties, on both ends. It was always love. But that's how I found out about my little brother. Like my mom told me, and his mom confirmed it. And then I remember my granddad. He had came home from prison. So when my granddad had came home from prison, he started getting us. Like my granddad, before he had went to prison, he was getting me all the time. He always was getting me. Him and Grandma Penny was always getting me anything that I wanted and needed. Like I had it. It was like in reach. And on my dad's side, I was not the only grandchild at all. I was just the only girl. I was the only girl. But I was the oldest, but the only girl. But like my granddad, like that, my baby, like that was the first man in my life that spoiled me. The first man in my life to ever spoil me. To yes, 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 yes. Like oh my gosh, my granddad. Like even when he was the first man that had like when I was wrong, that had corrected me and taught me my wrong, like and taught me the right way to go. Like the first man that like I ain't bashed me, beat me. He had threatened to beat me and stuff like that, but he never spanked me and none of that. But he would get me right with just his words and let me know, hey, you went wrong in this situation, that blah blah blah, whatever, whatever. So okay, so then my granddad he used to get me all the time. Then when I found out about my brother, then that was just one time my granddad came and picked me up and we went to my little brother's house. We went to the building. He went and grabbed my little brother, and he grabbed my little brother and he brought him and set him in the car. So he set him in the car, and then he turned around, and he was saying like, "Take care of this your little brother," like introducing us, and we was looked at each other. And we looked at him like, "We know," and he like, "What?" He like, "How y'all know?" And we told him like our mothers told us, and he like, "Y'all father ain't tell y'all?" We like, "No." Okay. Rolled off, went, went to my granddad's house, spent the weekend with him like always, had a good time. Um, and it was just nothing but a good time. Just love at my granddad's house. It was always love. Like my cousins was there, my aunt, my uncle was there. My grandmother, like her and my granddad didn't play. My grandmother, my grandma Penny, she made clear. I remember when she made clear to me one time, like you boss. And when she checked me, I would like I could never be mad at her. I will always respect it because to this day as a child, like you know, when somebody say something to you or when something happen, like certain things stick with you. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know why, but I'm not gonna say I don't know why. I know why now, but during that time I did not know nor understand why Grandma Penny checking me stuck with me, because it never hurted me, because she never offended me. Like I never felt no type of harsh feelings or nothing about Grandma Penny. So I didn't really, understood at that time, years ago, like why did that always stuck with me? But here's the logic in my mind about it. I already explained to you about the time when my grandmother checked me about me being bossy, this, that, and third. Now, Grandma Penny had checked me one time about being bossy, like towards my cousins and my little brother. And she was like, basically, she looked at me and she was like, "You bossy." She said, "You want to be everybody's mother." And she laughed at me. She said, "Girl, you cannot be doing that to your brother and your cousins." She said, "If you want somebody to do something," she's like, just, "Oh, you ain't going to do it. Oh, you ain't coming to my place." She said, "You don't do no stuff like that." She said, "And what's wrong with you that you can't get up and do it?" And I'm like, "Nothing." She said, "Okay then." She said, "You get up and do it yourself. I don't want to hear you talking to nobody like that. That's how you feel, somebody talk to you like that. What if somebody tell you that?" And I remember telling her, "I ain't going to like it." And she was like, "Okay then. So why would you do it? Don't do that no more, Takara. You don't know who feelings you hurt behind it." And then, and it was made clear that I did hurt feelings behind it. You get what I'm saying? And I apologize. And that's what she had us do. Like, okay, now apologize to your cousin. Apologize to your brother. All right, get him a hug. All right, y'all go ahead and get finished playing. And, just reminded me, like, I don't want to see that again, okay? That y'all family. You don't talk to your family like that. For that matter, you don't talk to nobody like that. And I respected that. It's the way she went about it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it as an adult. I mean, she could have did it in a different way as an adult, but that way wasn't wrong. Like, she ain't flaring her nose up at me. She ain't sat right there on that phone talking to nobody down to me about how I'm acting or anything. She didn't do that. She corrected me and told me a better way of going about things. Get your tail up. If you ask, they say no. Get up. Do it yourself. So I will always love and respect her for that. That's my baby. Like, that's crazy because that's my grandfather's wife. Like, that's not my biological grandma. But all my life, anybody that know me can tell you, I called her Grandma Penny. I never called my father mother grandma until around the time before she passed. Because me and her was able to sit down and have like a talk. But she like I was waiting for. I thought our bond was gonna get good enough for me to hear her say I apologize or whatever. I was waiting. But yeah. So yeah. So that's the situation. Not the situation, but that was about the time that I met. Oh, now I'll let y'all know also. After that, sometime after that, like my dad had came home from jail and stuff like that. I made known in the previous video, like in my younger years of my life, my dad was faithfully in and out of jail. My granddad was like in and out of prison. So it was like as a child, I remember like when my dad is in jail, my granddad home from prison, or they probably be locked up at the same time sometimes. But I remember like you know when my dad was in jail, my granddad came home from prison, or my dad came home from jail, my granddad went back to prison. You get what I'm saying? So I remember those times or whatever. But boom. But after that time when my granddad took us to spend time with the family and stuff like that. Sometime after that, my dad had ended up coming home from jail, and when he came home from jail, he had got me and my little brother, and we was on Milton, and he tried to introduce us. And we already told him, like, we already know. And he was so confused, hit this bill, like, my stepmother right there, like, how you know? And we let him know, like, exactly how we know. But remind you, when me and my brother found out By the time my dad went to go tell me and my brother, we like 9, 10, in between, yeah, like in between 8 and 10 years old. I'm 33 years old. I turned 33 January 10th. My little brother is 32. My little brother turned 33. I don't want to give out his, information. He turned 33 in October. We're going to round him. We're going to keep rounded a couple months. We're going to do that for y'all. So I don't got time for nosies. I don't got time for nobody. Oh, she spoke about me. I'm just giving y'all the real about the F stuff. You get what I'm saying? But by the time, yeah, my dad called himself trying to tell you something to me and my brother about like who we are to each other. Like it was already too late. Like my mother was so real that she kept that G. Like my mother, I can't tell you a time my mother didn't wasn't real and just said what it was. I can't tell you. Promise you. I can't tell you. She always so like let you know what's that. Yeah. But there's some people outside like these trees and all that right there. But anyway, that's just basically about the time I found out about my brother and all this other stuff. How I met my brother, my baby, my big baby. He bigger than me, my big baby. But yeah, that's how. All right, you boys. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. That was ugly.